in 1983, so this year is our 25th anniversary. And since 1983 we've been teaching Spanish as a foreign language, but also foreign languages to local students. Foreign languages are English, German, French, and recently Japanese, Chinese, and Arabic. And the idea of the school, the philosophy from the very beginning always was to get the different cultures together to have one big intercultural meeting place here in Sevilla. Yeah? Then, maybe what is the secret of our success? The secret, I think, first of all, is the city of Seville. Seville is a very nice place to come to live for a few months, or just for a few weeks, depends on the time one has. It's a middle-sized city, it's very handy, it's very easy to get around. Seville, you do not need public transportation, you go walking everywhere. You want to go in your social and cultural life here in this place. And the city has a lot of history to offer. History of more than 3,000 years. 2,500. One of the characteristics of Andalusia is always to exaggerate a little bit. Yeah? Forgive me 500 years.
We're moving too early.
Yeah, the oldest city in Europe is actually Cadiz. Cadiz, which is 1 hour.
In Europe?
Yes. Cadiz is a Phoenician city, which is more than 3,000 years actually. What other secrets do we have here in Seville? I think it's, very generally speaking, the quality of the facilities, the human quality, the people who work here and the people who come here. I think they're very important components. The quality of teaching. I think we are pioneers, probably even in Spain, pioneers in investigating and training teachers of Spanish. We've been a member of International House. I think you all know International House, yes? For 10 years. In International House, the schools are independent. It's not a chain. They're independent schools who decide to work together on a worldwide organizational basis of 140 schools. Most of them teach English, and many of them teach the language of the country. But it's very important that you know that the schools are independent. If you work with International House, you work with one school, 2 or 3. However, how many schools you decide, but it's always individual. And usually one school has one director and a team, and you talk to them directly. You do not talk to a central office. Yeah? Then, this was 10 years ago when we became a member of International House. We are also a member of EQUALS, and EQUALS stands for European Association of Quality Language Schools, which I think is the highest qualification at this stage which a language school can get. In EQUALS there are 70 or 80 members all around Europe, and there are several International House schools, but then the other very important schools, you know, like Bells, what more? Eurocenters, Bells, Goethe Institute in Germany, Instituto Cervantes in Spain is an associate member, British Council as well. Yeah? So, I think these little points are our secrets. But again, as I said, the biggest and the most important secret, I think, is the quality of the staff who meet here in this place to work and give our best service to the students. You've met Gloria and you've met Frederic. Now you'll meet Antonio. Antonio is the head of education. He runs the teacher training programs, and he will give you a brief introduction on how we use technology like this interactive whiteboard. We have 15 of these interactive whiteboards. We started at the beginning with only two or three. And first of all, we of course had to train the teachers. It's very important that the teacher knows how to use it. And once the teacher is trained, you can use it with your students. Now, 5 rooms in the residence halls which you visited. They are served organized and cleaned by staff from the school. They belong to the school all year round. Some are property, others are rented. And then there are the 5 apartments, which you also saw. The apartments are for more for couples, more for mature students who want to live completely independent. Then we also offer accommodation in families, and some of you showed an interest in visiting 1 or 2 of the families. I think we can organize it on the spot here in the neighborhood if you want to. Another very appreciated way of living in Seville is sharing a flat, but with the local students, with local young people. There's 1 or 2 Spanish people and 1 or 2 foreigners who share a flat. There the students, our foreign students, are responsible for the cleaning and do the daily life together. They use the kitchen or facilities, but they're also responsible to take part of the daily work, the daily duties. Yeah? With these flats, the advantage is that you live with a Spanish local. You do not live with a family. It always depends a bit on the nationality. There are some nationalities who always want to live in families. There are other nationalities, like the first ones would be like Americans, US students, usually always stay with a family. Then we have students from Scandinavia who almost never stay with a family. They don't want families. They say, family, I have one at home and I don't want another one. And for them we have the residence halls or the shared flats.
But in those residents we visited yesterday, there are some Spanish?
No. The residence halls you visited last night, they're only for foreign students. They live on their own. As you see, they're completely independent in the residence. Sometimes we have to calm them a little bit down, not to do only fiestas, but also to tidy up after the fiesta and to come to school next day in the morning. That's of course very important because that's the main reason why they're here. But the students live there because they want to be independent and they want to meet young people from other countries. The negative part or the danger with these kind of accommodations is that they speak not Spanish all the time. So when a student comes to Spain and is a beginner, he either speaks English or his own language or he doesn't speak. Because if you cannot speak in Spanish, you need a communication. This is why we always have to encourage to do speak Spanish, not to speak English only. And for those students who are really very keen, they should either live with a family or they should live in a shared flat with local students.
But those are also yours, the school?
We give lots of importance to cultural activities. Every day, all year round, we have at least 1 activity in the afternoon. Sometimes even 2. Every Saturday, we offer our own excursion to places in Andalusia, to cities like Granada for 2 days, Córdoba for 1 day, Ronda, Cádiz, Jerez, Aracena, which is in the mountains. There are places here within maximum of 200 kilometers, 250 is to Granada, and where the students can visit other places, other natural environments, and have a day off. Even we organize trips to Morocco. Morocco trips are for 3 days. We leave on a Friday right after class and come back on Sunday very late at night. The cultural program is organized by 1 person who is responsible for the whole organization. He accompanies many of the events, but there's always a teacher who attends as well. Teachers take part in the cultural program. The cultural program is orientation walk on the first day, a welcome drink, then cultural classes in the afternoon about Spanish history, literature, Spanish film, cooking, dancing, visit of the local monuments, exhibitions, galleries. It's very varied, always different every For those of you who want to see the cultural activities this way.
Organize the different groups, and we put all the students in the group more adient and more better for them. And we give them to this portfolio. If you can. This is a document for each student. We use this document in our class, of course, but it's very important to do that all students, what do you say, reflects and thinks about their evolution and their Spanish evolution here with us. So when they arrive, they can check why they study Spanish, and if you have a look in the last part, you can see what are the different niveles comunes de referencia, the levels, and it is